For more updates, subscribe to our channel.
Hello everyone, welcome to My Dreams Academy, Dilshuk Nagar. Today we will see the DC machines topic. So in the DC machines, many questions, 8 marks questions will come here. 8 marks questions. కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ మనం మోస్ట్లీ ఎక్స్పెక్టెడ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ని మనం డిస్కస్ చేయబోతున్నాం. ఇక్కడ 100% ఎక్స్పెక్టెడ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ని డిస్కస్ చేయబోతున్నాం ఫర్ ఈసెట్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్ అండ్ సబ్ ఇంజనీర్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్. ఇప్పుడు చెప్పబోయే ఈ క్వశ్చన్స్ అంతా కూడా డీసీ మెషిన్స్లో మ్యాక్సిమం క్వశ్చన్స్ నేను చెప్పబోయే దాంట్లోనే మీకు కవర్ అయిపోతాయి. కాబట్టి ఈ వీడియో కన్నా చూసినట్లయితే 100% మీరు 8 మార్క్స్ ఖచ్చితంగా గెయిన్ చేస్తారు మీరు. కాబట్టి మీరంతా కూడా చాలా కేర్ఫుల్గా వినాలి. సో ఇక్కడ ఫస్ట్ నేను ఒక మ్యాక్సిమం క్వశ్చన్స్ డీసీ మెషిన్స్లో కవర్ అయ్యేటట్టు నేను ప్రిపేర్ చేశాను. ఇందులో ఫస్ట్ వన్, విచ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫాలోయింగ్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఏ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ డీసీ మెషిన్? వాట్ ఈస్ ద క్వశ్చన్ సార్? విచ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫాలోయింగ్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఏ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ డీసీ మెషిన్. సో మనం అందరూ కూడా ఇక్కడ ఫస్ట్ ఆప్షన్స్ని చూడాలి. సో హియర్ వి విల్ సీ ద ఆప్షన్స్, 4 ఆప్షన్స్. ఫస్ట్ యూ ఎలిమినేట్ ద ఆప్షన్. ఫస్ట్ యూ ఎలిమినేట్ ద ఆప్షన్. ఇఫ్ యూ డోంట్ నో ద ఎలిమినేషన్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ ఆప్షన్స్, ఫస్ట్ యూ గో టు ద కాన్సెప్ట్. Okay, which of the following is not a part of DC machines? So in the DC machine, how many parts we have? Part of DC machine. So roughly, so here the mainly it is our construction yoke. The magnetic poles are attached here, the magnetic poles, and this one is the yoke, north pole and south pole. Inside the magnetic field, the armature conductors are there. And also on the surface of the rotor, here the commutator is also there. This one is the commutator. But ikkada not a part of DC machine. So not a part of DC machine means it is a part of our DC machine. Armature is a part of our DC machine. This is our armature. And commutator is also a part of DC machine. Commutator is also a part of DC machine, right? This is our commutator. And third option, field winding is also a part of DC machine. It is also a field winding, it is a part of DC machine. But the fourth option is not a part of DC machine. Okay, not a part of DC machine. So this is the answer. Which of the following is not a part of DC machine is damper winding. So kabatti you must remember the construction of DC machine. Okay na? Right. So next we will go for the second question. The armature of a DC machine is made up of silicon steel laminations. The armature of a DC machine is made up of silicon steel laminations, right? So here armature is inside the magnetic field is there. Armature is the inside the magnetic field. But ikkada chudandi indulo options em unnai. First, reduce the hysteresis loss only. B bit, reduce the eddy current loss only. C bit, increase the permeability. Fourth bit, reduce both the hysteresis and eddy current loss. So here we will see the armature. This is our armature. We are going to provide, these are the slots for the armature, right? These are the slots like this. Right, this is our armature. In this armature we are going to provide armature conductors. Some conductors are there here. Armature conductors are provided. So these are This is our armature. So in that armature the conductors are there. These are the armature conductors are like this. Like this. So ikkada the armature of a DC machine is made up of silicon steel lamination to reduce the hysteresis loss only, reduce the eddy current loss only, increase the permeability, reduce the hysteresis and eddy current losses only. But armature is a core. Armature is a core. So it can made up of silicon steel material. It is made up of silicon steel material to reduce the eddy current loss. To reduce the eddy current loss. And also here conductor to conductor we are going to provide the laminations also here. The conductor to conductor we are going to provide the laminations. So here the silicon steel is provided and laminations also provided. So the silicon steel reduce the hysteresis loss and laminations are reduce the eddy current losses. So here the option is fourth option. Option is reduce both hysteresis and eddy current loss. The third question, the commutator of a DC motor serves the purpose of. In commutator in the DC motor, it converts DC into AC. So the DC motor means first we know that equivalent circuit of DC motor. This is our armature. Okay, the supply is given here. Electrical supply is given. So the electrical current, the current is given to the brushes. The brushes are collecting the current. This current is flowing through the, which current this one? DC current is given. The DC current is given to the armature conductors and inside the armature commutator is there. These are the armature conductors are connected to the commutator segments. So whenever current is given to the conductors, it can produce EMF. It can produce the EMF in the armature conductors. So that EMF is called AC EMF. That EMF is called AC EMF. If you take any machine, generator or motor, if you take any machine, generator or motor, the AC EMF is induced across the armature conductors. So what is given here? The supply is DC is given to this machine, it can converts AC. So the commutator of DC motor serves the purpose of to convert DC into AC. To convert DC into AC. See the options. Changing AC to DC, it is not possible in the DC motor, and converting DC to AC, this is our option. Electrical supply DC and it converts AC is produced in DC motor. Now go to the DC generator. This is our DC generator. DC generator. Okay, here the DC generator is coupled to the prime mover. DC generator is coupled to the prime mover. Ikkada armature untundi. This is our armature. Inside commutator. Whenever prime mover is rotating, armature conductors are rotating in the stationary magnetic field, it will produce a dynamically EMF induced. That is AC is produced in the armature conductors. That armature conductors are connected to the commutator segments. So the commutator, it can converts AC into DC. AC into DC. In DC generator, commutator purpose is what? In DC generator, converting AC to DC. In case of DC motor, converting DC to AC. Okay na? You remember the commutator of a DC motor, the purpose is converting DC to AC. The commutator of a DC generator converting AC to DC. You remember these two are important. So these are okay, no use, reducing friction and avoiding arc brushes. Okay, this is our option in DC motor. Next we will see the fourth question. It is the important question already repeated in the TS ESET 2018 paper. TS ESET 2018 paper. So what is the data given here? The armature resistance of a 6-pole lap wound DC machine is 0.05 ohms. If the armature is rewound as a wave winding, what is the armature resistance? Right? So first we'll see that what are the data is given. 6-pole lap wound is given. 6-pole lap wound is given. Right here the A is equal to P is equal to 6. In the lap winding, number of parallel paths is equal to number of poles. Here how much armature resistance is given? 0.05. Armature resistance 0.05 ohms. If the armature is rewound as a wave winding, if the armature is rewound as a wave winding, what about the armature resistance? So what about the armature resistance in the wave winding? So in the lap winding, number of parallel paths is equal to number of poles. So in the wave winding, the number of parallel paths is always equal to 2. Is always equal to 2. So from this relation, if we know the number of parallel paths and armature resistance, so we have the one formula: armature resistance is inversely proportional to the number of square of the parallel path. Armature resistance is inversely proportional to the square of the number of parallel paths. So using this relation, you can calculate this one RA2, this one is RA1, right? So here this relation RA1 by RA2 is equal to A2 by A1 whole square. This one is the A1 and this is the A2. So you can substitute here. We calculate RA2 is equal to RA1 into A1 by A2 whole square. Okay, substitute here. RA1 is equal to how much? 0.05 into A1. A1 is equal to 6 by A2 is equal to 2 whole square. So 6 by 2 whole square means 3. 3 square is equal to 9. 0.05 into 9. Total is how much? 0.45 ohms. So check the options. 0.45 ohms. Right? So our option is exactly A is right. Okay? So you remember this is the relation. Okay. The next question, fifth question, if the field circuit resistance of a DC shunt generator exceeds its critical value, field circuit resistance of a DC shunt generator exceeds its critical value. So for this question, we should know the open circuit characteristics of DC shunt generator. So there we should know that what is the relation of field circuit resistance and critical value. Just roughly I am going to draw the internal characteristics of this one. Here the generated EMF and this one is the field current. So whenever the field current is equal to 0, only the residual magnetism is there. Residual magnetism, that is the curve is like this. So now the field current is increases up to rated field current. So for the rated field current, the rated EMF will be induced. This is the rated field. If the field current is increases, no flux increases in the DC generator. The flux is constant, means the EMF is also constant. It is no build up. It is not rising. So this is our open circuit characteristics or magnetization characteristics. So this is our field circuit resistance, right? Field winding circuit resistance. Here the voltage is known and current is known. Voltage by current is equal to the field circuit line is like this. If the field circuit resistance is increases to the y-axis, so the field circuit resistance is increases means, so these are the increases. So this field circuit resistance is touches the this one, means here only the residual magnetism is there, that is the only residual voltage is there. So that's why here the critical resistance means the line is tangent to the OCC curve. The line is tangent to the OCC curve. Question is what? If the field circuit resistance of a DC shunt generator exceeds its critical value. So this is our critical resistance. The above the critical resistance, the voltage is not build up. The voltage is not build up. So below the critical resistance, the voltage is also not build up. The critical resistance means it is tangent to the OCC curve. So here, if the field circuit resistance of a DC shunt generator exceeds its critical value means fails to build up. This is our answer. Fails to build up. Okay, these are all wrong options. So these are all the wrong options. But the critical resistance you remember. This is our field circuit resistance. Okay. Now go to the second next question, sixth one. A lap wound DC machine has 4 conductors and 8 poles. The voltage induced per conductor is 2 volts. The machine generates a voltage of, what is the question? A lap wound DC machine has 400 conductors. Okay, 400 conductors Z and 8 poles. Lap wound means A is equal to P is equal to 8 poles in the lap winding. The voltage induced per conductor, is equal to 2 volts per conductor, and the machine generates a voltage of, question. Ikkada the lap wound is given means these are all equal, number of parallel paths. Total conductors is how much? 400 conductors. So here the 8 parallel paths are there. First in the lap winding lo manaku 8 parallel paths ravali. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 parallel paths. Just we have to divide 8 into means 50 conductors are there here. Conductor 1, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 up to 50 conductors. So here 50 conductors means, so how much per conductor is equal to how much voltage? 2 volts. So here the conductor is equal, 50 conductors are there, 2 volts and 2 volts, 2 volts. Total how much? 100 volts are there, only 100 volts. This is our option. Right? These are the parallel paths connected here across the generated EMF. This is our generated EMF. Right? So the 2 volts per conductor. Per conductor how much here? 50 conductors are there in the series. 50 conductor. So that is the 100 volts can be generated. Right? The option is 100 volts. Next go to the 7th question. So this question came TS ESET 2019 paper. The number of parallel paths in the armature winding of a 4-pole, the wave connected DC machine having 22 coil sides. The number of parallel paths in the armature winding of a 4-pole. This machine is connected in the wave winding. Okay. So having 22 coil sides. What is our answer? The number of parallel paths in the armature winding of a 4-pole means, so just you remember, this machine is having wave connection. In the wave connection, the number of parallel paths is always is equal to 2, irrespective of the coil sides. Irrespective of the coil sides. Only here, just remember this one, option is 2. Option is 2. Next, 8th question. This question is important already in the TSE set examination came. ESET 2008 18 paper. The speed of a DC motor. These are the options are given. We know the directly formula. The speed of a DC motor is equal to N is directly proportional to EB by pi. N is directly proportional to EB by pi. Or EB is equal to Vt minus Ia into Ra by pi also. But directly you can write. So the speed is directly proportional to back EMF and inversely proportional to the pi. So directly you can pick the answer B. Speed of a DC motor for any motor, right? This is our option. Speed is directly proportional to back EMF and inversely proportional to the flux. This is our answer. Next, 9th question. The direction of rotation of a DC shunt motor can be reversed by interchanging. These are the options. The supply terminals are interchanged. The field terminals are interchanged. The armature terminals. D. Either field or armature terminals. What is our question? The direction of rotation of a DC shunt motor can be reversed by interchanging the terminals. So by interchanging the field terminals, then our DC shunt motor can be runs. Also the field winding terminals can be interchanging, our DC motor can also be running reverse. So these are the either field terminal or armature terminals changes, our DC motor will be reversing. Okay, not only, okay, it is not option. Supply terminals means our DC motor is running constant. If the field terminals are changing, our DC motor is reverse. And armature terminals also changes, our DC motor will be reverse. So the option is D. Either field terminals or armature terminals can be changed, then only our DC motor will be rotating in the reverse direction. So both the terminals can be reversed, then only the DC motor can be reversed. The option is 4. And this is the another expected question, 10th question. A DC shunt motor runs at rated speed if its field circuit get open circuited, then soon after this motor speed would be 10-2. A DC shunt motor runs at rated speed if its field circuit get open circuited, then soon after this motor speed would 10-2. So what is the speed of the DC motor? Speed of the DC motor is directly proportional to back EMF and inversely proportional to flux. If the field current gets open, okay, if the field current gets open, so if the field current goes to 0 and flux is also goes to 0, means if the flux reduces, the speed will be increase. The speed will be increase. Speed is directly proportional to back EMF and inversely proportional to flux. If the field circuit is open, means field current is 0 and flux going to be reduced, that is the residual flux, and flux reduces, speed will be increased. This is the C option. Okay.